worked at a very popular tanning salon. Like, everybody and their mom goes to this tanning salon. Loved this job. Loved the manager, loved the employees. The customers were good most of the time. I came down with a respiratory flu probably a week before COVID shut everything down. So I was in and out of the doctor, in and out of work. During this time, my current manager was moved to a different location, and they were bringing a new manager into this location. Was kind of sad to see my other manager go because we were like good friends, but I was excited to meet the new manager. I came into work one day, and as my old manager would do, same as the employees, would help around the tanning salon, cleaning beds, doing the laundry, helping customers, whatever. This new manager did not do anything, and she sat down most of the time. I thought this was just her observing how we worked the first day, so I cut her some slack, didn't say anything. The things that this new manager did baffled me.
Oh, what'd she do? What'd she do, babe?
As I stated previously, my new manager sat down most of the time. I was not upset with this at first because I figured she was just trying to get used to the employees and how we functioned in the salon. I soon started to realize, probably within the next couple weeks, she would only get up to make sales. That might not seem like a big deal, but that is a huge deal in the tanning industry. That is how employees make their money, is making sales. So she left me personally to clean all of the beds. And we had a lot of beds and a lot of customers. This means I never got done in time cleaning the beds or doing the laundry to make a sale.
No.
On top of that, she would take naps and lock herself in the office, where she would also leave her food and trash from her lunch for the other employees to clean up.
No.
And she would leave her shift early without clocking out. So I was clearly starting to get very irritated very quickly. And keep in mind, I'm sick at this time.
Oh no. So wait, you got fired? She didn't?
I'm sure you're wondering why I was showing up to work if I had the flu, especially right before COVID shut everything down. I tried to stay home. I had a doctor's note and everything. And because this was a big corporation, mass emails were being sent out to the management saying that if any employees even remotely had a cough or fever, that we needed to stay home. My manager would not
Because
let me.
you were doing her
So
dirty
in order
work.
to keep my job, I continued to show up to work sick. And I was working every day. The night before I got fired, I reached out to my manager and asked if I could have just one day off to rest. No response. So I showed up for my shift the next day, already feeling just absolutely terrible and not ready for the shift. Just really not in the mood. When I walked into the salon, this manager had the audacity to slam a binder in front of me with a list of chores that she made the night before for me. And she said, if you don't finish by the time we close, you can stay after. I said, okay. I walked out.
Oh, no. She wanted you there, babes, because you were doing her dirty work.
Like, this chore list was like 2 pages long. There's no way I would have been able to finish that in a shift while trying to make sales, clean the beds, do the laundry, all the normal things. So yeah, I walked out. She didn't even realize I walked out because she was busy making her own sale, and I went out the back door. Keep in mind, I have never been written up. I have never been fired from any job I've ever done. So I quit. Sent her a text message. I said, look, I'm sorry, but like, I'm so sick, and that was just kind of ridiculous. Time moved on. I got no response from that. Go figure. I did not find out that I was fired until I submitted my unemployment. I was denied unemployment because I got fired. Which means she told the director that I was fired for being lazy.
Interesting choice of
I would
words.
take it as a good thing because I never have to see her ever.
It's interesting that she fired you for being lazy when she literally didn't help you do any sort of work whatsoever.
I got fired from McDonald's when I was about 15. So when you work at McDonald's and they make too many burgers and they leave it at the end of the line or whatever they call it, and sometimes at the end of your shifts it gets stacked up and they chuck it out. Anyway, there was a cheeseburger sitting there, so I was like, I'm going to nab that and go down the back and eat it. So I did that. So I put it in my jacket pockets and I walked to the change rooms and I ate it in the change rooms. It didn't satisfy me enough, so I thought it would be great to go back and get another one, and went back to the change rooms to eat another one. Anyway, a few weeks later, I go into work for my shift and they're like, no, you're not working, we're having a meeting. And I was like, okay, no worries. And then they showed me the footage of me being greedy and fat, eating my 2 cheeseburgers out the back. I thought it was so funny. They let me resign instead of firing me because I was literally only 15 and they didn't want to ruin my life. So that was nice of them at least.
Wait, you mean to tell me that you took something that would have been thrown out anyway and ate it, and they fired you for that?
I was 17 years old. I was working at this convenience store. They had me stocking drinks, like in the coolers and stuff, and making deliveries. Now, I love making deliveries because you just get to be out and about driving. I hadn't had my license that long, so it was a lot of fun. But stocking the drinks sucked, especially because this was a small mom and pop convenience store. So there was no going in the back and pushing them from the back. You had to pull all the old ones out to put the new ones in. It was just a lot of work. It really wasn't that much work. I was just lazy. So anyway, I end up not stocking them right? I'm just putting the new ones in the front. They end up firing me because like people are getting old drinks. But like I was really upset. This was my first job. You know what I mean? So 6 months later,
Yeah.
Tell me about a time that you got fired from your job for an actual good reason. I'll go first. So you know how people get fired all the time for giving away big ticket items like a big TV, an Xbox, expensive stuff, you know? Well, I got fired for something much, much worse. Breadsticks. Yeah, I was working at Target in the food section and a coworker was wanting to buy some breadsticks. So I thought, okay, I'm not going to give it away for free because, you know, we're not illegal over here. But I gave it to her for the price of 25 cents. That's 75 cents off, people. Manager caught me, got called into the office, asked, did you give away free food? No, I didn't give away free food. I would never. Did you give away breadsticks for the price of... Yeah, I did. Target. But I'm still gonna shop.
You! How dare you catch me?
Hey to you.
Been fired so many times. It's usually not my fault, but sometimes it is. I work for this company right out of college called Plum Direct Marketing. They're an awful company, and that's why I'm saying their name. Sorry, Peter. All the employees in that company use this program called Slack to communicate with each other. It's kind of like an instant messenger.
Love Slack.
I don't know. So I was like messaging like one of my coworkers about how much we hated our boss. My coworker, she called out for like the 9th time that month. So they went into her office to start her computer to get like an important file for a client. When they turned on her computer, Slack popped up and they saw all of her messages. I come into work and I clock in. My boss swings into my doorway and she's like, Zach, I saw what you said about me. What am I supposed to do? I can't lie. She read it. I said, I'm sorry you had to read that, girl, but it's true. You are a terrible boss. You eat way too much grapefruit, and I don't know why you're cutting your fingernails at work. That's disgusting. So I start packing up my stuff because I'm obviously being fired. She's at her desk, and then she's like being rude to me, and I was like, don't play the victim, sweetie, okay? At the end of the day, you got paid, and you didn't work, and I did, so.
Slack really do be out here ruining all the careers. The only person louder than me on the internet.
This is a very sensitive subject for me. So, as many of you know, I used to work at Starbucks. That's a whole other story. Anyways, as many of you recall, I used to do my work daily screams. And after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm so sick of working here. I hate customers. They make my life literal. So I put in my 2 weeks, which is like essentially quitting. A day after I put in my 2 weeks, someone reported me. And they reported me because of my daily work screams. So because I had already put in my 2 weeks, corporate got in contact with me. And they were basically like, yeah, don't finish your 2 weeks, just go home. So technically I quit. And then I was let go within the same 2 days. You ask me, I say I quit. If you were to ask Starbucks, they would definitely say they fired me.
And you know what I find absolutely ironic? Spencer has made a name for himself on TikTok by doing daily screams.